Hi everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Irish Samurai YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about an issue a lot of people deal with low self-esteem. So whilst I talk about this, there's just going to be some Ghost of Tsushima gameplay going on in the background, just so you're not too bored, just seeing like a blank screen, you understand. But a lot of people don't actually know what low self-esteem is, and I'm going to be trying to give you a little guide on to see if you have a low self-esteem and how to have building blocks, gradually building yourself to start loving yourself and having a higher self-esteem. But let's just get started with what is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is just thinking poorly of yourself or just doubting your abilities, although it's a big part of it. It can be literal, or it's when you listen more to your inner critic, pointing out flaws and what you're not doing right, instead of your inner supporter reminding you of the small wins. It can be, even something as getting up, brushing your teeth, or just putting on fresh clothes in the morning. And people can blame themselves for just pure laziness, or not being good enough to kind of do this stuff. But you're not alone in this. So many people struggle with the same feelings. A shared connection or shared experience can be a source of connection and support. So you need to stop blaming yourself for things that you might not be able to control. But I know a lot of people are very confused on how it forms. So I'll just walk you through it. Low self-esteem, it doesn't happen overnight. It can come from a lot of small things piling up throughout your life, like growing up, hearing criticism more than encouragement, being compared to others, or going through bullying. Even little comments or moments can stick with you longer than you may even realise. Sometimes it starts at home, sometimes it's going on online. Anywhere people can make you feel like you're not enough, low self-esteem can gradually pile up and shut you down. And the trickiest part, your brain actually starts believing it's true, even if deep down it's you know it's not. Over time, these tiny messages add up, and suddenly your inner critic is way louder than your inner supporter. It's a very dangerous thing, and it can take years of piling up to realise there is something wrong and you have a low self-esteem. But we'll move on. I only think there's no why does it show up. It can show up anywhere, in school, at home, or online, even when you're by yourself. Usually it shows up when something triggers that voice in your head, your inner critic, that says you're not good enough or you will never measure up. It doesn't take a huge event, sometimes small things. From just someone ignoring you, a comment that stings, seeing people succeed when you're struggling, and your brain remembers those old messages, so it reacts to even the smallest, tiniest triggers. That's why I can feel constant, like it's always creeping up, even when everything feels fine on the outside. And it can affect us. Like, low self-esteem doesn't just stay in your head. It shows up in your life in all sorts of ways. It can make you overthink everything, avoid things you actually want to do, or even push people away because you're scared of being judged. Sometimes it makes you work too hard just to feel good, like overtraining at the gym just to make you feel like you've done enough for the day, or trying to prove yourself constantly. Low self-esteem doesn't just stay in your head, it shows up in your life in all sorts of ways. It can make you overthink everything, avoid things you actually want to do, or even push people away because you're scared of being judged. Sometimes it makes you work too hard just to feel worthy. like overtraining at the gym or trying to prove yourself constantly, it can also make you feel isolated. Like no one really gets what you're going through. And the worst part is it often hides behind the mask. The mask that shows you're fine on the outside, but on the inside, that inner critic is still talking, still telling you you're not enough. It's exhausting. And it can make small daily tasks feel heavy. It, it takes a really big chunk of our lifetime and potentially causes us to feel more pain, anxiety, simply for the fact we don't cherish ourselves enough or value our own lives enough to believe we deserve more than we actually get. So now that we've been through what it is, how it affects us, and why does it show up, let's talk about small steps to start building a real, confident, loving self-esteem. Just a quick conclusion. You don't fix it all at once. It's impossible. But there are small steps that really matter, and they can make a huge difference over time. One of them being, like, just noticing the small wins. Like, seriously, don't estimate them. Getting out of bed on a tough morning, sending a message you were scared to send, finishing a workout or a puzzle. All of these things count. Write them down, even if they feel small. They're proof that you're capable of doing something much more.
That's my cousin.
Another thing would be talking to yourself like you would speak to a friend. You wouldn't tell your friend that they're not enough or they don't deserve this or that. You talk to your friend like a loving friend, like a best friend, or someone that gently supports them. I don't know who you have friends if you talk to them like that, but you need to treat yourself like you're your own best friend. It's not fake positivity, it's a pure reality check for your brain. And it definitely helps over time. Another thing would be setting tiny achievable goals. Big goals can be overwhelming, like, I don't know, getting a six pack within a month or two, or learning any language within half a year. It's just not possible. You need to take time to take a daily task every day, like going to the gym, learning a new sentence in that language,
I wonder
learning
if
a
Sensei
phrase,
Ishikawa survived the invasion.
learning chess. It's every day is one day closer to improving your self-esteem and your mindset. It builds confidence and it protects your mind from
Throw
negative
your blades!
things. Another thing is about protecting your mind and energy. This means boundaries. If someone constantly puts you down, or social media makes you feel less for yourself, step back. Just take 2 to 0. You don't owe anyone your mental space. You need, I think social media, in my opinion, can play a big part of how we believe in ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. Because you see a lot of influencers, you know, all these millionaires speaking about how they done it. And it's like just a miracle of God how they've done it. But those people have grinded a lot every day. And even potentially most of them had a low self-esteem before they done all the stuff they done. It's a dangerous game. But another thing would be connection with support. Whether it's a friend, mentor, or even online community. Sharing struggles with people who care can make you realize sometimes can improve your life and your self-esteem. And I think you need to treat yourself with kindness during this kind of journey. You need to rest yourself, because although it's not physically, you can't physically feel it, your brain just gets low on energy a lot. When you are overwhelmed with emotions, when you seriously don't believe you are good enough, that can be unconscious feelings. and it really sucks. Every human, in my opinion, is written in God's plan. Many people on this planet, to a point, feel lost. Like they need to find a purpose by certain activities they don't actually enjoy, or something that makes them feel empty. And to me personally, I think the beginning of your meaning or purpose might be defeating the demons that tie you down, or silencing the thoughts that count you out. It's not an easy journey or a process, but I promise you, fight for it. Pray to God and fight for who you want to be. I promise you, you will have meaning and you will be okay. I promise whether your purpose is golf, education, boxing, sports, even reading, you are a unique human being and you deserve just as much as everyone else. And you need to start by believing it. So thank you for listening to me ramble for a while. And I hope I awoke something inside you. God is always going to be with you. I never think any different. But again, thank you guys for listening to me. And I pray for you all to have the strength to face battles. I'll see you next time. Peace.